Hi, I'm Nick. I'm the assistant minister here at Knox Church.
I'm Kristen, and I'm the worship pastor here at Knox.
My name is Frances, and I'm the interim family and kids ministry director here at Knox.
My name is Jason Normore, and I am the pastor of young adults in university.
I'm Pastor Nestor Abdon. I am the pastor for local and global missions.
Welcome to the new ministry here, church. As we've previously announced, ministry is going to look very different this upcoming year. But even in this strange new season of reorienting ourselves digitally, the church doesn't stop being the church. We're excited for the new things we'll be doing to carry out our vision of following Jesus, loving the city, and serving the world. Our leadership has been hard at work making plans to keep our community connected and dedicated to being together and growing together. In a moment, you're going to get a glimpse into what this year holds for the beautifully diverse parts of our community, how we'll be building community and working together to love each other and the city around us. From family ministry to young adult discipleship to justice and mercy ministry, we look forward to exploring together the new ways we can bear witness to God's kingdom in our lives, in our church, and in the world. And we hope that you're excited too.
Well, moving online is a challenge because it's hard for us to come together. We can't come together physically all together for our regular worship times. But as you all know, we've been doing weekly live streams from the sanctuary on Sunday. And there are ways for you all to come together even though we can't all be in the same room right here where I'm sitting now. So you can come together by logging into YouTube and using the live chat to interact with each other, and many of you do that already every week, and it's beautiful to see all the passing of the peace happen through the live chat. You can come together through other ways, by texting each other or calling each other. I get texts every Sunday when it comes to passing the peace from one of the members of our congregation. It reminds me that even though we're not in the same room, we are coming together in worship in this moment. Another great way to come together actually is to literally come together with people in your social bubble. Even though you can't come and worship with the entire church, if there are people in the church or family members that would be open to watching the service with you, I just really encourage you to take those opportunities to gather in those smaller groups in homes and come together in worship.
We want to be a caring, supportive, and helpful community, and the ways that we need to care for each other have only increased during this pandemic. And at Knox, we talk about care in three different ways. We talk about everyday care, essential care, and escalated care. Everyday care is the kind of care that we all need from community. It's the need for friends who are interested in our lives, and to know that we're known and people will support us when challenging things come up. The best way to participate in giving and receiving everyday care is to join a home church and to consider showing the same kind of care to your neighbors in your building and on your street. The second kind of care is essential care, and that's about making sure that we all have access to the essential things of life, like food, shelter, and safety. We have a fund of money donated by members of our community to help people buy groceries, pay for rent, get to work, or get their prescription. This funding is available on a case-by-case basis for people connected to our community. If you need this care, reach out to a pastor. You can submit a form on our website even, and you can participate in sharing this care by donating to the Benevolence Fund or by helping out your neighbors in need. And that third kind of care I mentioned earlier is escalated care. And this is for those seasons that are extra intense. And it feels like a lot of us might be in such a season right now. Care in these seasons can look like a regular meeting with a pastor, or a referral to an expert who can help process trauma or share strategies for coping with depression and anxiety. And we have some funds available if the cost for counseling might be too much for you in this season too. So no matter what season you're in, or the kind of care that you might need, or even your capacity to give care to others in the coming months, we want you to know that your church family is ready to come alongside you, to do our best to be the community of love and care that Jesus wants his church to be.
I oversee home churches here at Knox, which are these little communities all over the GTA, and they're for the youngest of the young to the sweetest old of the old. And They're these communities that get together to talk, laugh, eat, ask questions, cry, pray, live normal life. And I like to say that they act as the entrance point into our community, our church. It's really what it's all about. Going online is an easy and delightful task for these ministries. Home church, it's simple. You're already at home, boil the kettle, grab a drink, maybe a plate of nachos, hop online, and enjoy a rhythm of meeting with the same people week after week for conversations and laughter.
So for our ESL ministry, it would be online. We have actually started with that last April for the whole of the spring season. And so for this new season, definitely it would still continue to be online. And it takes place every Monday. And so it's a wonderful way for students to be connected wherever they are. And some of the attendees are even from other parts of the world. And that's the same case as well with our Sunday Bible study. So it's an online connection and platform to connect with newcomers and then connect with them in terms of talking about the Bible and speaking about Jesus. The Knox Youth Dinner and Food Bank would have a different format as well, because originally we have been serving meals and then providing food bank for people in a vulnerable situation. But because of the COVID situation, we won't be doing that. Instead, we would still be continuing as what we have done last March, and that is to give food hampers to people in vulnerable situations.
This year going online will look like equipping our families to disciple within the home. We will be continuing the kids' moments during the live stream video on Sundays with resources that go alongside that to help families have conversations in the home. We've also just finished running a fall book fair, and this spring we hope to do the same to get really great resources into the hands of families and parents and kids that they can use. For our youth, once a month we'll be gathering online to play games and get to know one another and have a great time together.
I also oversee the young adult community here, and that is entitled Mosaic. If you don't know what a mosaic is, it's in essence taking fragmented or broken pieces, different colored pieces, different shapes, sizes of glass, rock, or other materials, and putting these seemingly unassociated, disconnected pieces together to make something more beautiful, often like stained glass, something light can come through. So mosaic's the same premise. How do we invite as many people as possible, no matter their backgrounds or whatever they're into, to come together for a conversation, laughs, questions, learning, just hanging out, and believing that when we do that, something more beautiful will happen together than it ever could by itself. So what we've got going on this fall is I'm offering a group/class called How to Relax Like Jesus in the Age of Anxiety. It's going to be every Thursday night from 7 to 9, and we'll be talking about all of the beautiful things that Jesus did to live this really relaxed type of life, from cooking breakfast for his friends to taking slow mountain walks and everything in between.
You'll be hearing more specific details about ministry events and activities in the coming weeks, so pay attention to those. We encourage you to stay tuned throughout all the social media channels and online. And of course, we urge you to join us every Sunday morning for our live stream digital worship on our Knox YouTube channel. We'd love to see you there, and we really urge you to come at 11 a.m. so that we all join together. And then don't forget, we're also experimenting with on-site worship gatherings. We hope that you might be able to join us for one of those. Church, it looks different, doesn't it? In this COVID season, we recognize that this new normal, and it probably feels very different. And yet, rest assured, God remains the same. God is faithful. And receive this word of hope of our faithful God from Isaiah 43. This is what the Lord says: He who makes a way in the sea and a path in the mighty waters. Forget the former things, says God. Do not dwell on the past, on things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert. Knox family, we can look forward with hope to this upcoming year, not because of great ministry plans, but because of who God is, because of what God will do among us. And we look forward to seeing what God will do among us. And for any questions or concerns about these ministry plans that we have, and especially if you have any pastoral care concerns, we would love to hear from you. Please do not hesitate to reach out. You can connect with us through an email address, info@knoxtoronto.org. We'd love to hear from you.